Hey, it's Mark with Mark's Virtual Real Estate Channel. We're back in Upland, and as you know, I just did a video that talked about the new city release that was announced of Porto, Portugal, and a lot of people are getting ready for that. And so while they're getting ready for that, they're trying to sell properties, and right now is a pretty amazing time to buy properties in Upland if you're not trying to save money for the Porto release. Now, you can do both, right? If you've got enough UPICs, you could get some pretty amazing deals and partake in the release, but that can be tricky for a lot of players. So we're going to talk about that and a few other things, check our nodes, and we'll see, it should be announced here pretty soon, if I want to participate in any of the Spark buying. I'll talk about that a little bit here too. All right, we love the likes, love the comments, love the shares. Keep those coming. Love seeing new subscribers. And I have a real estate channel as well, Mark Ferguson, Invest for More. Make sure you check that out too. All right, so I mentioned there are some really good deals in Upland. I have not checked today, so I'm interested to see what there is. But I had 300,000 UPICs. I mentioned, 2 days ago, I think it was, I bought 2 properties because they're such good deals in one of our lazy nodes, Henry Ford. Well, I bought another property in one of them again, but I actually sold a property in Queens. So let's see what property I sold. I'm not even sure what it was. What property did I sell for? Where is that? Okay, 6342. Oh, did it just take it off of there? Where was that? Why did it just take it off? Well, I think it might be on my email. Hold on. 806 87th. Jamaica. Is that it? That must be it. Why did that sell for? Is that a node? Oh, that's Holliswood. That's why. Okay. I'm like, what? That's Holliswood property. Okay. That's why I sold for. That's Upland Analysis, another great Upland YouTubers. That's his node, so that's why I'm trying to figure out why did that sell for so much. I got another one here in a trade from some of our lazy node players too, so I have a big one there, but that was one I had bought in Holliswood. And that's something too I might talk about a little bit, how to find nodes, buying and selling within them. I'm sure I annoy some of the node runners because I do speculate in those nodes, and if I see prices get real cheap, I'll buy some properties and I'll try and sell them for more. I know some of the nodes don't like it when you do that, but we have lazy nodes because we can do whatever we want, and I think that's part of the fun of Upland is buying for less and selling for more. So nodes do provide an opportunity to do that, but I know if you're really participating in the node, make sure you abide by their rules. I kind of participate in Century City a tiny bit, not as much anymore. I'm pretty much focusing on my own nodes, so I still appreciate those nodes. I try to support them, but I'm not really super involved in any of them right now, except for our lazy nodes. So we have Nuponzent and Henry Ford that are a part of our lazy nodes, and like I said, I've been trying to save my money. It's hard because there's been such good deals pop up. So let's check out what the floor is in these. So this is upxland.me, again, upxland.me, and you can come on here and search for properties, and pretty easy to see what the floors are. So our Nuponzent floor has been as high as 60,000. That's kind of before the Rio release. When Rio released, I talked about this last video too, prices dropped down, and they announced Porto real quick, and I feel like prices dropped down again. It didn't really give prices a chance to stabilize, but you can get stuff 47.5. It's still dropping. That's pretty low. I haven't seen anything that low. And then something else I want to check. 95 is the cheapest one with a structure, so that's pretty cheap. So it is nice that you have some utility for structures now. You can set your home address, but we'll talk about that a little bit later here too, as far as Spark and its value and what's going on there. Just some and what I might do this month. So that's Nuponzent. So okay deals, nothing crazy. Let's see if there's any crazy good mint ones. There's a pretty big one for 48. Oh, there's a real big one for 58. That's a good deal. And then I always like to check too. I still would love to get some waterfront stuff along here, but there's only been, there's 4 for sale. These have always been 1.2 million. So I'm not sure if those are ever going to sell. And this one last I checked was 250, still 250. I don't want to spend that much on waterfront, so we'll go from there. And then we do have our contest winner right here. Oh wait, that's not it. Right here, we do Lazy Node contests. If you have not participated or heard about it, where the community comes together, helps people build properties. This was our winner, and they have 10 days to go. So we do need to do another contest here soon. I'm not sure exactly how soon, probably this week. And when we do that, if you have a large apartment, we just say we're going to announce a new contest, pick a new winner, but people are welcome to keep their spark on this one or the next one, whatever you want to do. But making progress, but I don't think we'll get that all the way done before the next contest. If it's a ranch, a townhouse, a big townhouse, pretty much everything but an apartment or factory, we can get done, but those take a little longer. And this was one of our other previous winners right here with their apartment. I know we have another apartment right here, one of our Lazy Node participants who is real close. So we got 2 days, so congratulations on that. Lots of people doing stuff in Nuponzent, so that's really cool to see. Okay, let's look at Henry Ford. So like I said, you can get a good deal in Nuponzent right now. Not like crazy amazing, but still pretty good. And Henry Ford is our other Lazy Node. And this is where I've been buying some more properties. This is where I have my factory being built. So my Commonwealth sewing textile mill. And I've had some people helping me with that, so thank you very much, but still have 41 days to go on that one. So that'll be a little while. But you can see, we've got lots of properties here as well. And we've been trying to make Nuponzent our kind of home base where you set your home address for the Lazy Node. So we're doing okay, not amazing, but I'll have another video talking about that here soon. I have traded a few properties with structures to people so they could set their home address there, so that's cool. And you can see I own lots of stuff in Henry Ford. So let's see what the prices are there, because that's where I've seen the really, really good deals. And we'll look at some other areas as well and see what their prices look like too. Let's check out Henry Ford, because this floor was close to 40, real close, and then that dropped a bunch before Rio, and then it dropped again after Porto was announced, like 26.9. They're trying to make me buy more properties in Henry Ford. Wow. Okay, so what I bought yesterday was, if you saw my messages here, 37,000. I bought a property with a townhouse on it, and that's almost below what our floor was before. So that was too good of a deal not to get. And then I was going to check here. There's one for 42,000, one with a property on it, 51. So that's a really good deal. So it also makes me wonder if people are starting to realize that the structures don't have quite as much value as they hoped they would. You still can't rent out an apartment or a townhouse. The only thing you can really do with them is set it as your home address, which doesn't give you any more money or UPIX or anything like that. Factories you can build now, but they still don't have any utility yet, although they're supposed to. So I think that would be a really good next step for Upland, like really make the game more fun, is if they brought some kind of utility or earning potential or something to the structures. I know you can have a Meta Venture store in one, but really only the very top players with a lot of NFTs can qualify to do that. Really doesn't help out newer middle tier players, even a lot of the upper tier players who don't have just tons of NFTs. And for all of us, it'd be nice if we had some utility and something to do with these properties that have structures, I think, besides them just kind of looking cool, which is what we have now. But we'll see. All right, so you can see good deals in Henry Ford if you want to buy there. There's 68 properties for sale, more properties for sale, and I almost guarantee these prices will pop up after Porto is done, unless they announce another city right after that and keep doing that. That could drive prices down everywhere, so that is the risk there. All right, so not only do we have those two where I'm very familiar with prices, have been looking at prices for a very long time. Kokoda in Rio I've talked about. I'm not starting a node there anytime soon, but maybe in the very long distant future. And so I'm very familiar with what prices have done there. They were at 17 to 18 before this announcement. Now there's one at 14. I do have one for sale there at 18 if you want to buy it. A good deal there. so I can get some more money for the release. So there's some, it's dropped a little bit, but I'm surprised. That isn't as quite as bad as I thought it would be, but there's good deals there. We can check I'm not even sure. I know what we can check. We can check some of the collections because I've been paying attention to those. All of these roads, the floor has pretty much been 150. Oh, look at that. That's not too bad either. Okay, maybe things are stabilizing a little bit. That's kind of a good thing to see. They're not crazy low. I was worried they might be. One thing I always like to do to check floors as well is just check all of San Francisco. That gives a good idea, and all of Manhattan of where the market is. Ooh, those are cheap in San Francisco. I remember when I first started, I think the floor was like around 50 in San Francisco. Then it would drop to 40, go back up, and then after the last few releases, it's there's been some times where it's dropped down to 30, then popped back up to 40. I think that's pretty low. 26 in San Francisco. That's a pretty low floor. So, I mean, if you have extra money and you want guaranteed return, almost guaranteed, nothing's guaranteed, that's pretty close to where you can be sure to buy those and that floor will pop back up eventually. And then let's check out Manhattan and see if that's the same way as well real quick here. Oh yeah, below 100. That floor has been real solid at 100. If you get down to 89s, that means stuff's pretty cheap. You can get some with the structure for 119. That's pretty cheap. So interesting to see that. I was able to sell my Manhattan property with a structure for 150, 160 in that price range. And that was nothing special. Just it was East Harlem. I think it was an East Harlem property. And so the market was much better a few weeks ago when I did that than it is now in Manhattan as well. So good deals there too. So just interesting to see what's going on. One other one that I always have a lot of properties in is Riverdale in the Bronx, where I'm a sucker for a good deal. Sometimes those good deals don't always turn out to be good deals. As you buy them, you think they're way below the market. If you don't sell them right away, prices can slowly drop on you. So I have a few properties in Riverdale, and you can see how I've had this one for sale, real low mint for a long time. It has not been selling. So that floor isn't crazy low either. That's about where it has been, but interesting. So I like to keep my eyes on things, keep my eyes on my favorite neighborhoods, and try not to spend all my money on them, but it's a good time to get good deals. All right, now this is also Spark Week, so I talked about Spark Week. I feel like the announcement should have been made of when I can... Oh, no, it starts in another hour. Sorry, I was wrong. So the train terminal announcement comes today in an hour, and then the Spark sale. And I've been buying Spark like every month because I don't have time to treasure hunt. That's just not for me. I don't know if I'm going to buy it this month just because I need more money for the Porto release. I don't think I have enough here. I don't think I'm going to sell my big hotel in Rio in time. I doubt that. I don't want to fire sale it. So I might just skip buying Spark this week, and I might actually buy more UPIX. We'll see. See how that goes. And you have different options. I've talked about it before. You could just come here and buy UPIX straight up like this, right? Spend your money right there. But if you've got the time and patience, you can also just buy properties for dollars. So let's say, we'll go to Rio and go to those street collections again. Because it's still a lot of times the most recent release is the hottest city, the easiest place to buy and sell stuff. So what was it? 170 is the floor here. Now what's the floor if we go to dollars? You can buy a property for 111. See? That's tempting right there because then, you buy that for 111. Even if you sell it for 150, way below the floor, after, buying and selling costs, you're still ahead, 20-25% over just buying UPIX straight up. But you run the risk of not being able to sell it. So there's pros and cons to both there. But that's something I might think about doing. Another city or town neighborhood too is Monero, that we know have a pretty expensive node going on. 115, so their price is pretty high actually. And I have a property for sale there too. I know, again, they probably annoyed me or annoyed at me that I'm selling one. So I'm at the very bottom and no one's bought that one yet. But maybe someone will buy that one. That would help me out before the release too. So we'll see what strategy I end up using. But that's what's going on right now in Upland. There are good deals. I thought there would be better ones, to be honest. There's still some real good ones in Henry Ford. But some of the other neighborhoods have stabilized. They haven't continued to drop, so that's good. There's still real good deals for dollars if you want to put money into the game. For the Porto release, you can buy properties for dollars, usually sell them for much more UPIX, but you just run the risk of not selling them in time. Sometimes there's not a lot of buyers at this time before release, so that is a little bit risky. But if you do it right and can pull it off, you can usually get more bang for your buck for your money instead of just buying straight UPIX. So a few different strategies out there to think about. We'll have more information on Porto as it becomes available. It is right up here somewhere in Portugal. I found it last time really easy, but I know it's right next to a river. There it is. So, and they'll do the train release. So hopefully those will get built and we'll be able to fly over there a little sooner this time and get ready for that release. All right, thanks for watching. Love the comments, love the shares, love the likes. Keep those coming. And we'll be back with many more videos here on Porto, other things related to Upland, and maybe eventually some other metaverse, other blockchain things as well too. But for the most part, we do Upland videos. All right, thanks a lot.